They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to... scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
And 11 at the 27-yard line.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. Down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 34. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Black. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Richardson shotgun on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now in week 3, defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Ethan Evans on down to punt. On the return, Jackson. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Quick throw completed by Richardson. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
13 yards there and a Niner first. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 2nd down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a
They go play action with Richardson. Little short pass here to Hill. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That play won't lead any highlight packages, but it did its job. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and were able to pick it up with the short pass.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Black. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Richardson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Hey, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Sanders. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter from Vegas. The home-standing Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing, Sanders. Rolling to his right. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Traylon Burks, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
A gain of 22 yards. And a 49er first down.
On first down, it's Black. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Black. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Richardson to throw. He'll find the rookie here from Texas Tech. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 6. First down, 49.
Up the middle, here's Corum. There to make the stop was John Jenkins.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. They run straight ahead with Corum. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring out 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. Running free at the 45. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Running left, it's Mixon. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Niners' 23-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
13 yards.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
From Las Vegas, first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Sanders. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Colton Hood. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, San Francisco.
From the gun, a give to Corum. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Richardson going to move him around. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tate. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Richardson. He'll dump this off to Ochan. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continued.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the draw, Corum. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
40-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Cam Little to kick off.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively. But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. To throw now, here's Sanders. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Richardson off the play fake. There's no one around him. That's Tate. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And a 49er first down.
Let's go now. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
That one goes for 24 yards. Again, he'll drop the throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jonathan Brooks from 4 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Sanders to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Over the middle, there's Tate. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Run good for 24 yards.
First down, 49ers.
This quarterback now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. Running left, Corum. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taysom Hill, a 14-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 19-point game. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First and 10.
Play action. It's Sanders. Right side, it's Manhurts, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First and 10.
To throw to Sanders. This will be caught by Brown. Spins away. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. Extra point now by Boswell. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Niners 26, Raiders 14. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the
at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Tate. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. He may go. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
A big play there. 78 yards. And the Niners get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
43-yard line. That's a gain of 4. brings up 3rd and 1.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run with Mixon, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 8, but it brings up 4th down.
Looking to throw. Green. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Inside handoff to Mixon. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
First try for the right arm of Dalton here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Traylon Burks ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
33. Raiders 21.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Green. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there, a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Up the middle with Brooks here. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Green. Off the play fake. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now, worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason, but that may not come into play here in a 2-score game late. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
It's a gain of 45 yards.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They
Yo, what's up? This is Tajay of the Mighty Souls of Mischief Crew. I'm chilling with my man Festo, my man A+ and my